Come closer now and listen to the tales of the ancients.
The Girl in the Gourd. Once upon a time, a man married a woman, but every time she became pregnant, she would lose the baby. Troubled by this, the man went to consult a diviner. The diviner said, "Whenever your wife becomes pregnant again, you must treat the child in her womb with great care. Bathe the womb with milk, rub it with oils, never let it touch water, and keep it away from the sun. When the child is born, she too must never touch water or go out into the sunlight. She must bathe only in milk and anoint herself with oils." The woman followed these instructions carefully. In time, she gave birth to a baby girl. The child grew into an extraordinarily beautiful young woman. But sadly, her mother died while she was still young. One day, the girl sat inside the house weaving baskets with fine fibers. Her father had gone hunting. As she worked, two mischievous young herdsmen passed by after grazing cattle. One of them said, "So this is the girl they say must never touch water? What if someone splashed her with it just to see what happens?" The other fetched some water in a small container and splashed it onto her. At once, the girl dropped her weaving and walked toward the hilltop, singing softly, "O hunters who journey to the northern lands of Buha, once I was forbidden to touch water. I was the daughter of Ruringa, the great hunter of Bugazera." As she sang, her body slowly began to disappear. Far away in the forest, her father suddenly told the hunters beside him, "Quiet the dogs for a moment. Let me listen." Again, the girl's voice echoed in the wind. Her father cried out, "That is my daughter!" They all ran toward the hill, but by the time they arrived, only strands of her hair remained. They tried to pull them free, but they could not. Finally, they gave up and returned home in sorrow. After some time, at the very place where the girl had vanished, a creeping vine grew, and upon it appeared an enormous gourd. The girl herself was living hidden inside that gourd. People came to stare at the strange giant gourd and eventually reported it to the king. "Your Majesty," they said, "there is a marvelous gourd unlike anything we have ever seen. It is worthy of no one except the king of Rwanda himself." The king first sent 2 men to inspect it. They returned amazed. Then he sent 2 men, and they too came back astonished. Finally, he sent 3 men, and they reported the very same wonder. The king ordered them to lift the gourd and bring it to him. The Hu tried, but it would not move. The Tuti tried and failed as well. The Kwa also could not lift it. The next day, a young man arrived before the king and said, "Your Majesty, if I succeed in carrying that gourd, what reward will you give me?" The king replied, "I will give you anything you desire." The young man went to the gourd, lifted it effortlessly, and carried it all the way to the royal court. It was placed beneath a large grain storehouse, and the king rewarded the young man generously. Now, this king had no wife. He lived only with his sister. One day, the king went hunting. While he was away, his sister mocked the gourd, saying, "Will that gourd of my brother's never crack open so we can weave baskets from it? Will it never split apart so we can brew beer gourds from it?" A voice from inside replied, "Leave it alone. Inside is Rutoki, the beautiful maiden, and she would surpass you in everything." The king's sister scoffed and said, "Let her come out and compete with me then." At once, the girl emerged from the gourd. She was breathtakingly beautiful. Together they wove baskets, and the mysterious girl proved more skillful. They churned milk, and she did it better. They bathed and adorned themselves, and again, she surpassed the king's sister in grace and beauty. When all was done, she quietly returned into the gourd. The king's sister later told the king, "There is a beautiful maiden inside that gourd. Hide yourself inside the granary tomorrow. I will call her out. When she comes near, take the gourd away so she cannot hide again. Then you may capture her and marry her." The next day, the king hid himself inside the granary. His sister sat beside the gourd and once again mocked it, calling for the maiden to emerge. The girl answered from within, then stepped out gracefully. Together they resumed their tasks, and once more the mysterious girl surpassed the king's sister in every way. At that moment, the king rushed out from hiding, seized the gourd, and concealed it. When the girl turned back and could no longer find her hiding place, the king stepped forward and took hold of her. In time, he married her. They lived together happily and prospered greatly. And there the storyteller ends the tale, not because the story is exhausted, but because every tale must one day come to an end.